Well, this is introducing you to a new product for 2010, wire spheres, and they come in several different colors, actually 6 different colors and 4 different sizes. These are fantastic because there again are built-in, almost already made armatures, and they're made out of really, really nice heavier wire. It's thin, but it's got weight to it. It doesn't collapse easily, which is very, very important with armature, because in a plate glass container like this, the vase, as well as this low planter, we can use it by wedging it in. What you want to do is feel that flex so that it's wedging in very, very tight. So if the size happens to be a little bit smaller, then what you want to do is just flatten it and use it from the wide side so that it wedges in very, very tight. But what I simply did here was use 2 pieces, wedged in tight to that corner, so that I'm going to do a design that's very, very simple. The very important thing about containers like this, with glass like this, plate glass with that beautiful green edge, is to keep it open so you can see it. There's no point in filling it with flowers so that it's all full and you don't see much of the glass at all. So this allows for the flowers to be seen and the glass to be very, very much a part of the design. But look how it wedges that in so beautifully, just like that. Look at that big fat stem, and it stays in there so gorgeous. And then I'm going to simply take a beautiful anthurium and find a spot where it kind of wedges in. What you have to do with placing of material in a ball like this is to find an opening so that it goes through 2 layers of wire, because otherwise it's just simply going to swivel, but now it doesn't swivel at all. And so this one is already finished, this particular design like that. That's stunning. Lots of water, lots of glass, beautiful, stunning material, and not being taken away by quantity of product, but the beauty of the few. I'm going to do another simple one where you can stack a couple of them like this in this cluster here, and by threading through with material like equisetum, I'm going to find a spot where it goes all the way through, because this way then it's going to stand up straight and actually connects the 2 balls together. And so mechanically this makes it possible for these equisetum to stand up very nicely in this composition. And I'm going to run another piece maybe to the front and sort of search for that opening again. It needs to be right vertical so that it's nice and perpendicular and not leaning one way or the other. It's kind of nice when it stands up quite nicely in the vertical. And then over on this side, just sort of complement the other side, I'm going to also put a couple of pieces in here. And again, by inserting 2 in the same spot, you get a little bit more tightness mechanically, which is always very, very important, but you can see that that makes it stand up very nicely. And I'm going to do another piece over to the side so that the quantity is depending on the value of the design, which is a very nice way, because you have something that looks lovely already, and if you want to spend $10 more, you just add a few more product. There's plenty of spots to add product, so there's not a problem that you don't have to change the container or the concept to add on that extra value. So by doing this, we have equisetum that is I'm going to will it to stand like so. And then we could just simply put maybe a little tillandsia, and these have a little bit of a stem to it, so you can wedge it right into that sphere like so. And then maybe this one over to the side, and this one I'm just going to go ahead and put some of these little tips into the wire so it stays in very nicely like that. And then all we have to do is just slip in a couple of flowers, and in this case these are Paphiopedilum, absolutely gorgeous specimens. Actually, I want this to stay a little bit tighter, so I'm going to find a spot that's in this sphere that's a little bit tighter so it stays in place a little bit more solid. And let's go with another one to the front. And by again finding a spot, to see how it stays in much more solid if you find that perfect spot. So there we go. And there's the composition.